This video has been brought to you by NieR Reincarnation. Download today to take part in the crossover collaboration with NieR Automata, where you can receive rewards, free summons, and more. Within the Kingdom Hearts series, there are still two perplexing puzzles that persist. With the case of Strelitzia, Lauriam's sister, that unfortunately met her end when coming into contact with the darkness that infected Ventus. However, her remnants were somehow recovered by Luxu and was sent off from the world of Daybreak Town as the True Dandelion. With the ending of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, her fate is unknown. And with another fate that is yet unknown, there comes the case with the Nameless Star within the final world, who has shown to have connections with Shibuya, Quadratum, Vermrex, and Yozora. And with this mysterious denizen of the world of fiction, she claims to have her form, her body, stolen from her, in which her heart had to seek refuge within the final world. While on the surface, these two problems may seem unrelated, but I feel that they're intertwined more so than you might think. What's up guys, it's HMK once again with another Kingdom Hearts theory video. When it comes to these two mysteries within Kingdom Hearts going into Phase 2, combining these problems may give us the solution to other grander questions within the series. So if you're ready to open your mind, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. With that being said, let's dive directly into the darkness. With the idea of the Nameless Star having her body stolen from her within the world of Quadratum, and a very similar circumstance also affecting Yozora, you have to think about the reason for why this is. One point that seems super obvious when it comes to this conundrum is that the Nameless Star seems to have some sort of grand power according to the Vermrex trailer. A power so grand it seems to be able to start up an interdimensional maelstrom, and that obviously seems like something to be coveted. But if her heart was forced out into the final world, that must mean that her body may have replaced that heart with something else, or that she was forcefully evicted from her own body to make way for another heart. But whose heart could it be? Well, that brings us to the case of Strelitzia and her heart, as it is heavily implied that the True Dandelion is indeed Strelitzia's heart that was somehow reclaimed and guided by Luxu in order to be placed into an ark to send her off from Daybreak Town. Now, this is where we start getting dark. I believe that Strelitzia's heart wasn't just sent off into the future. No, it was sent off to the future and another world beyond that. A world of fiction. This heart was taken, sent to the world of Quadratum by Luxu's hand, where in that point in time, it was forcefully placed within the original body of the Nameless Star. But not just for the power that the Nameless Star supposedly has, but for Strelitzia's heart to act as a conduit that will allow the Master of Masters and the Foretellers to go back and forth between the worlds of reality and unreality at will. Just like how Riku was able to use the power of waking to go to Quadratum from reality using the Nameless Star's heart. Here, Luxu planted Strelitzia's heart within the Nameless Star in order for his comrades to get back from Quadratum to reality. An idea like this, to send Strelitzia's heart to a world beyond that of reality, is not unheard of. In fact, it was an outcome that was readily attempted and referenced by Terra Xehanort, aka Apprentice Xehanort, within that of Melody of Memory when he was first experimenting on Kairi. But how would Xehanort be able to know any of this to even attempt to send Kairi to a world beyond that of Radiant Guardian, or even understand the concept of a world of fiction, unreality? Well, that's where Subject X, aka Skuld, would come into the picture. As now we know it's concrete from the ending of Union Cross, Skuld was in fact using the Ark along with her comrades in order to escape the destruction of Daybreak Town, thus being a machine, an outcome, an experience that has been written into her heart's memory. And if Skuld is truly Subject X, it could be possible that Xehanort got a glimpse of this machine and this understanding when experimenting on her in order to restore her memories, but just a glimpse. And this would explain the reason why Subject X was let out by Luxu, because if Xehanort learned too much, then his secrets would be out of the bag. So, Luxu let her out of the cage, but apprentice Xehanort was able to get enough info to get started on his experiment. And speaking of cages, dive back into the NieR franchise with the first mobile game in the series, NieR Reincarnation. Atone for your sins in this high-octane action command turn-based RPG that's free to download and free to play. Yoko Taro returns with composer Keiichi Okabe and producer Yosuke Saito to bring you another iconic tale about the Girl of Light, her mysterious guide Mama, and the strange entity known as the Dark Monster, all set within a place known as the Cage. Lose yourself in the command-based combat featuring multiple party members, and for those who aren't too versed in video games, there's an auto mode feature designed into the battle system. Since breaking over 600,000 pre-registrations, all players will receive gems to complete 15 summons for free, along with cool materials to enhance your characters. Download today to get in on the action and take part in the crossover collaboration with NieR Automata, where you can summon 2B, 9S, and 8-2 and receive a ton of rewards until September 7th. Click the link in the description box below to head on over to the Google Play Store or the App Store, and I will see you in the cage in NieR Reincarnation. The concept of Luxu sending Strelitzia's heart into the future and into the world of unreality in order to take the body of the Nameless Star, that idea could bring forth the idea of why Yozora's heart was replaced with another's. But then that begs the question, is the heart belonging to Yozora? Is the mind belonging to Yozora? Is the soul? Is the body? What exactly belongs to Yozora and what exactly has been changed? With his appearance being changed beyond all recognition, his heart replaced with another's, then what truly is still Yozora? The reason I bring this up is because although his heart may be replaced with another, all components aside from his heart will still make him Yozora in a sense. And the reason why he would need a new heart is a reason being related to how he will be able to meet with Sora at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind, as that new heart was able to give him the power to go beyond his realm, or at least within a realm that is in between both, and bring him into contact with someone beyond that realm, that someone being Sora, thus achieving his destiny by meeting with the boy known as Sora. With the obvious importance of both characters, of course it will be in the design of whoever's doing all of this to get them to meet. But who exactly is doing all of this? Specifically the one that is integrating hearts into other people within the world of fiction. The answer I feel is obvious. I believe that it's either a team of Luxu and the Master of Masters, or either or. I feel that Luxu, or the Master of Masters, well, I feel mostly the Master of Masters, is the one rewriting hearts, placing them within unfamiliar vessels in an attempt to control fate or experiment with hearts that he may deem worthy and strong enough to hold and destroy the darknesses, the willful darknesses. But would he have the power and the knowledge to do such a feat? Well, thanks to the ending of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, we found out that it's entirely possible thanks to the power of Kingdom Hearts itself. As it turns out, when someone passes within the Kingdom Hearts universe and their heart returns to Kingdom Hearts, where all hearts return, there is an option for unwavering hearts to be melted and rewritten into another's. Basically, reincarnation to a point, in which we see the truth that the player character gets reincarnated into Xehanort. With this idea in mind, and the fact that the Master of Masters made a heart shape over the moon of Shibuya, it could be possible that somehow the Master of Masters tapped into this power, or is able to tap into this power while being in Quadratum. The power to rewrite hearts. Think of it as some sort of opposite power to the power of waking, the power of sleeping. A bit funny, but I like it. In which, using a power tapped from Kingdom Hearts, they are able to take hearts and put them into slumber in order to rewrite their dreams, rewrite who they are, and present a new heart that will be forced into another's body, where it will slumber in a new form. Whereas the power of waking would wake slumbering hearts and force them back to where they belong, truly the light to the darkness. And to that effect, the Master of Masters is trying to rewrite, rebuild, cultivate a heart or hearts that are strong enough to hold the darkness and possibly destroy the darkness, but at the obvious cost of someone's initial sense of self. And this can answer two gigantic questions within the Kingdom Hearts series. This thought process becoming twisted and leading to Xehanort's own original experiments on the darkness and the heartless in order to make someone to renounce their sense of self, leading to other experiments such as the one with Kairi and even the replica program. And the other question would answer why the Master of Masters told the foretellers that summoning Kingdom Hearts is truly forbidden. And perhaps that is the true power of Kingdom Hearts itself, in which Xehanort was trying to use it to wipe clean and restart the world. But it could be possible that the truth behind this is that Kingdom Hearts would truly restart, reshape, and rewrite all hearts in existence, even the hearts of worlds. And that might be the true nature of the apocalypse that Kingdom Hearts can bring. Knowing that, the Master of Masters is probably the only one that's able to truly master and effectively use this ability, but only within that of Quadratum, as that world would be safe enough in order to use a power like that, and possibly in a world of unreality, it would give him the ability to truly tap into the power with no restrictions or fallbacks. And finally, this could possibly answer why Yozora needs to save Sora, or needs Sora, in order for what Luxor describes it as turn the tables. And that is, Sora and Riku would be the ones to have the power of waking, an ability that could possibly overturn all of the damage that the Master of Masters is doing by rewriting slumbering hearts and forcing them into other people's bodies. As theoretically, the Master of Masters, Luxio, and the foretellers should also be able to have this power, but with their loyalty to the Master of Masters and the Master of Masters himself, I doubt that anyone is going to want to use it in the way that it will help Yozora, and that's where Sora and Riku come into the picture. And that explains the connection between the Nameless Star and Strelitzia's heart, and a conundrum in itself for Phase 2 of Kingdom Hearts within Quadratum. Thanks for watching the video, and I hope you enjoyed this theory. If you did, leave a like, share, and most importantly subscribe to HMK while hitting that bell to know when my videos go live every week. Leave a comment in the comment section below of what you thought about this theory, and be sure to check out my Patreon info in the description box below. Big thanks to Square Enix and NieR Reincarnation for sponsoring the video. So guys, until the next one, this has been HMK, and I'll check you guys later.
So you haven't subscribed to HMK yet? Don't piss Xemnas off.